Using the correct printing temperature is very important. Let me explain why. Here I have 3 different filaments, 2 from the same brand, 1 from a different brand. Here I have normal standard PLA, here I have hyper PLA plus, and here I have standard PLA from a different brand. So this is both ERYONE and this is SA Filament. If you have a look on the roll, on the spool, it will tell you the printing temperature that you need to print it at. But don't get caught out now, because you get, like I like to call it, first generation or older generation printers and new generation printers. So your older generation printers would be your Ender 3 V2s, anything I would say that prints slower than 180 mils a second. Your newer generation printers, your K1s, K2s, your Bamboo Labs, any printer that prints over 200 mils a second. So if you have a look at this standard PLA from ERYONE, this is normal plain PLA in orange. My bed temp should be between 55 and 70. I can print at speeds between 30 and 100 mils a second. There's 330 mils on the spool, 330 meters on the spool, sorry. And your spool weight's 175 grams, so that's one thing I like with the ERYONE filament. It tells you how much the spool weighs. And then my nozzle temp, 190 to 220. So in printing this, I would stick to the standard Creality or Prusa or whatever slicer you guys are using. Stick to those standard temperatures. If you have a look in Prusa slicer, it's going to be around, for PLA, around 200 to 205 degrees. Stick to that temperature because you're printing slower. If you go onto a K1 or K2, even your Ender 3 V3s, your pluses and your KEs, which print faster, stick to those printing temperatures and the default profiles in your slicer. On your older generation printers, printing at 200 to 205 for PLA is more than fine enough, because you're not printing faster than 100 mils a second. So your hot end has got enough time to melt the filament at that speed. But if you go up to a K1, I have a K1 Max here, which I print this filament on, and I print at 200 mils a second. Although this printing speed tells me it's only 100 mils a second. But the thing is, you turn your temperature up to 220 to 230. With your hyper PLAs, if you have a look at the same thing, the printing speed on hyper PLA plus is up to 600 mils a second. And my nozzle temp is between 190 and 230. So once again, stick to the temperatures that your slicer puts out default for you. If your slicer puts it at 220, don't drop it to 200. Your hot end is not going to heat up the filament fast enough to get it melted, and your extruder is going to start stepping. Easy way to see this, if your extruder starts going that click, 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 click noise, your extruder is stepping. That means hot end can't melt the plastic fast enough for how quick the extruder wants to push the plastic through the nozzle. So it can't melt it fast enough. Then you need to up your temperature. The same with SA Filaments, PLA here. Very similar range, 200 and 230. There's also standard PLA. And they don't give a speed here, but they give a temperature of between 200 and 230.